welcome back. Oh, there we go. Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of The Real World Sales as we take a look at some of the most interesting people doing the most amazing things with our sales coach, Ashley V. Welcome, Ashley V.
Thanks, Paul. Hey, everybody. It's great to be back. Happy New Year and stuff. We have awesome shows this year again about sales, all kinds of fields, industries, cool stuff. And we have an amazing guest here today, Yancy. You guys might remember him as an awesome magician from last year, and he is an amazing entrepreneur. And he's going to tell us all about his businesses.
And
Welcome, Yancy.
And what kind of business he is in. He's making things and selling them on TikTok, the channel of the day, the one everybody, it disappeared and now it's back. And I want to hear all about this.
Yeah, I'm really excited about this TikTok. I submitted to sell a product on TikTok, on the TikTok platform, on the TikTok shop, like in October.
Okay. This is after you actually had gone and applied to be on like Shark Tank and some other thing.
So when I did Shark Tank, that was a while ago. That was in 2017 and 2018. I did auditions for Shark Tank. I invented quarter golf, which we'll be talking about today.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I invented that in 2015 out of my garage. So it's been around for, it looks like about 10 years this year. I don't feel like it was ready for me. Now I feel like I'm ready.
You weren't ready for it.
I was not ready for it.
It's
so attractive that I probably wouldn't be able to support it. So now I'm ready, and it's officially on TikTok. You can search it up, Quarter Golf. Currently, right now, I believe there's free shipping via TikTok. Wow. It's a great opportunity to go and shop for the product. You're going to get free shipping, and they also, I believe, for the first few orders, maybe 10 orders or so, are going to get 10% off. So even though the product's $100, you are going to get it for, I think, $80 free shipping, which is kind of cool.
So Ashley, I know you're the sales coach. I know you know a lot about this stuff. I know you got a lot of questions today, but I got to start. I got to take over the first couple of minutes of the show. Can I do that here?
Sure, go for it, Paul.
Because
let's hear.
I have, here in my late 60s, I have been, a year ago, I was not on TikTok. For 15 years, I've been doing this. We start off, we were live streaming on Facebook, and then, of course, YouTube and Instagram, and other things have evolved time.
Sure.
Somebody about a year ago said, you got to cut these things up and put them on TikTok. I said, that is the goofiest platform, dancing chickens and sexy women and wacky, weird things. And no, I don't get TikTok at all. I and several of my friends over the last year have started fooling around watching some of the stuff, and I'm addicted to TikTok now.
It's fun, yeah.
My buddy, who's a big musician up in the valley, is addicted to TikTok. We're all like late guys, and I'm not looking at just the sexy girls. Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff.
Of course.
But I mean, there are wacky, weird, crazy people doing amazing things.
Yeah.
Yes.
A year or two ago, we had a woman who came in here on not your show, but another show. Nice-looking young dentist. By that I mean she's not sexy, but she's not unattractive. You know,
I understand.
Wow, Paul! Oh my gosh, what does that mean?
I mean, she's a nice-looking woman, you know, but she's not one of the housewives or something with tons of plastic surgery. So that's what I picture people
like
on
an
the
OC
show.
person.
Yeah, and she's a dentist, and she came in and told us. This is what got me started looking at it. She said, I have all these dental clinics, 2 or 3 of them for kids. I've forgotten her name. I should give her a shout out. I'm sorry, I'll have to think of it in a second. And she said, I started doing TikTok because kids are watching TikTok. And kids don't want to go to the dentist. And so she says, like, I'm the dancing doctor. So she's got some goofy name for herself. I'll think of it in a minute. She's got like 1 million followers on TikTok. People are coming in from all over the state saying, my kid won't go to the dentist, but they watch you. And she's dancing with a toothbrush and all this stuff here. And she says, I feel a little stupid doing it, but honest to God, I'm reaching kids where they are, which is, I guess, why people got panicky and wanted to ban this thing, and because maybe the Chinese are controlling it or monitoring. I don't even know the whole backstory of the whole thing. But I, at an older age, just suddenly found this fascinating world of these TikTok videos, and this doctor did too for business. Is this turned into more than just what we thought was a silly waste of time?
Yeah, I think it's a good for business because it's like videos. People have fun watching videos. You know, seeing a picture is nice, but you kind of like forget it. But it's like interactive, watching the video, cool, different stuff. And it's kind of, I feel like TikTok is a little bit more like positive in a way than some of the other social medias.
Yeah,
it's not really like a bunch of haters and negativity and stuff.
There's a guy that I watch on TikTok. I'll have to remember his name. I'm sure I should have all these shout outs here. but it's basically he's got to be about my age in his 60s, very affluent guy whose job is selling private jets, $50 million jets.
Oh, I know who this guy
That's
is.
cool.
And he's in London, and he gives you little snippets of the phone call as he's talking to the clients. So the clients come in and talk about what their needs are and what they want, and he explains in very great detail the difference in different levels of jets and stuff.
Right.
And it's a fascinating look at a world I've never seen before. It's not just the rich and famous; it's this high-end jets and how he made a business out of this. And it's not meant to be. I'm sure he thinks it hypes him, and I'm the jet expert, which he appears to be. But it's like a serious conversation about a real world here, and I just am hooked on it. I think there are people out there doing it. So the other thing that amazes me is not only am I watching this stuff, I'm doing what I don't do anywhere on Facebook or Instagram or anything else. I'm buying stuff off
You're
of
buying things, yes.
Yeah.
I'm watching this thing flick, and then a little thing comes up. This shirt I'm wearing today
There it
is
is.
off a TikTok shop.
Oh
Look at
my
that.
gosh.
That is
nice.
amazing.
I don't
It's
buy
like
many
meant
clothes,
today
but
for
there it
TikTok.
is.
And it's a really nice
Okay.
sweatshirt.
And it was not expensive. I don't know, $20, $30, $40.
Yeah.
And my wife's like, why are you buying stuff on TikTok? I said, I don't know. Suddenly I'm watching, suddenly I'm
She
buying.
has to watch your TikTok account now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think your first purchase on TikTok is a little scary, but then you get it, the product, you didn't pay that much for it, it ends up being good. And
I
you're
bought
like, you know
these
what?
shoes off of
Look
TikTok.
at that.
Yeah. Shoes
that.
and the sweater. Yeah.
Yeah,
Look
that's
at that.
awesome.
Paul's wearing a TikTok outfit.
I'm a TikTok. Dress myself up. So if you knew me, you'd know I don't buy anything online like this. I never buy anything on impulse. I don't buy from what's the big Chinese site?
Oh, you're talking about
AliExpress.
Alibaba?
Yeah, that one. And then there's some other ones, Wayfair and all these other
Wayfair,
things.
Yeah.
And I just,
Sheen.
yeah, and you see this stuff, and I go, oh, it's got to be junk.
I think
and I don't
because
trust
TikTok, you can see, actually see the products more. It's good for e-commerce. It's kind of like you can kind of trust it
And maybe
more.
because
you
you're
see
watching a
people wearing
video of
and
it,
just see- yeah.
probably.
Yeah, if I can touch on that, just to let you guys know on why I think it's working, and the
Yes.
feedback I have is once I submitted the product, today it got approved in the morning, right? Which I'm super excited about having
Yeah,
quarter golf on TikTok
congratulations.
Shop.
And here you are
Yeah.
today on the show.
Yeah,
for
which
that.
is so cool.
Timely.
But the cool thing is when I log into my TikTok right now and I go check my product, I have 3 steps that I have not taken. One of them is create a video, and they kind of tell you what to do. So you have to create that video and check that box off. And I'm like, oh,
Okay.
wow, this is like a training.
Yeah. There you
Yeah.
go.
Okay, well, I'm
That's
going to go
nice.
through it, take my time, and do it how they tell me because they obviously know how it's going to work on their
Right.
platform. So I'm really excited about that. And I think that everybody that's selling on TikTok is being trained that way in order
Okay.
to check those boxes off. So therefore, it's working. One thing that I also learned in sales, right, is the 3 Fs, which is feel, felt, and found. Have you guys heard
No,
of this?
say that again.
So feel,
Oh.
felt, and found, right? So when you, like, for example, customer service related issues or sales, someone has an issue, you want to let them know that you understand how they feel, okay? A lot of people have
I
felt.
feel your pain, as Bill Clinton.
Not
used to say.
not yourself. You don't want to say I felt like that because then you're like, you don't know what I'm going through. Okay, I don't. But I understand how you feel. A lot of people have felt like you. And
Sure.
what they have found is by doing this, they solve that problem. When you do this, it literally breaks down walls. It literally is now you get this, like if they had a wall open on the sales pitch or whatever, or even a customer service issue, an irate customer. I understand how you feel. A lot of people felt that. What they found is by me
Feel, felt, found.
by
Now,
me adapting
Yeah, that's
this,
really
we
good.
we
and
kind
I
of
got to
For
throw
sales,
in
sure.
because we know you as Yancy the magician. What does
Yes.
Yancy the magician know about sales? But in your day job, in your first gig, you do what?
Yeah, I'm a risk manager, so I do nothing but
Pretty serious stuff
I
here.
mitigate risk for larger mid-sized companies. I help with trying to lower their insurance premiums by lowering claims frequencies and severity
For some big, huge company.
for big companies. Yeah, so that's my day job, 9 to 5. And as far as the feel, felt, found, to revisit that, when you are selling a product, I noticed that TikTok actually teaches you to do that too.
Yeah.
They say when you start your video, you have to point out something. You have to talk to one person, actually. You're
right.
only talking to one. You're not talking to millions. You're talking to one. And there's one person
good.
that has a problem. You're going to tell them you understand how they feel, and this product is going to solve it.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's
So
nice.
if you say, hey,
you say, I understand how you feel. Others feel the same way. They
Yep.
have felt the same way.
Uh-huh.
And here's what they
and this is what they
found.
purchased, and it solved that or fixed that
love
or
that.
entertained that or whatever. So
Ashley,
That's
have you ever
really
heard that
helpful.
before?
Yeah.
And you said that's a variation
haven't
of
heard that.
yeah, feel, felt, found is it's something that I have been an advocate of for a very, very long time. It's not a new concept. As a matter of fact, I've also been taught that it's okay not to be the inventor of concepts or theories or ideas. As a matter of fact, it's better to teach someone to be a pirate instead of a pioneer. And what is a pirate? A pirate steals ideas, right? Not necessarily that. You could just make ideas better.
Yeah.
Okay? Seriously,
Yeah.
if for example, this podcast, why would I do this myself when it's
Why?
already here?
Yeah.
I'm going to be a pirate. I want to use this as much as I can. Please let me
This platform, this
let
studio.
me use this
this-
platform,
yeah,
this studio,
right.
amazing hosts. You know,
Well, we're always looking
Yeah,
for new
yeah.
shows,
Yeah,
or
so
we do
why-
let it out from time to time.
yeah. So why switch that? So I was actually taught that by an executive at Farmers Insurance. He said,
Wow.
"We've already figured all this out. Don't be creative. Use
Yeah.
what we have. Use the
It's
tools,
like your
and it'll work."
competition. You have to see what the competition is doing. and
You
kinda
can
like,
add to it and improve it, but don't start from scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so your product, but why don't you tell us a bit about how it works, Yancy?
So
Quarter golf.
back in 2015, so I've been in the insurance business for a long time, and I've also been an entrepreneur, and I've been at farmers markets or places where maybe you'll put a canopy and a table, and you promote your company, and you're handing out pens and coffee mugs and all this, and every now and then you'll see like the table have a game, like a spinny wheel,
Yeah, they all
or
do,
or
right.
some sort of attraction to get you to this table, right?
And
Well,
once I do that, then I win a prize, and I either take
Right.
it with me right away, or
And you
I
take-
fill it out for something.
Exactly. Something. It has a reasoning behind it. So I one day was in my garage and, I had actually done so well in business that I decided to stay home for my sixth son being born. We were pregnant, and he was going to be born early in the year. So I decided Thanksgiving, from the time he's born in March, I'm going to stay home.
Your
And,
sixth-
Yeah,
and
that's
Your
nice.
for my
sixth-
sixth son, yeah.
You have 6
I
sons?
have 6 sons. Yes, that's correct.
Isn't there something in all these stories? The 7th son of the 7th son. 7 is supposed to be some like secret special number.
I don't know.
You and Elon Musk.
I think
he's
I'm
got-
done.
He's got 6, I think.
So I'm in the garage and I go, you know what? Let me create this game. And one time I was with my wife and we were at the Michael's Arts and Crafts store, and I seen this glass vase, and this glass vase was about 24 inches tall, and it was a cylinder. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna put a shot glass in the bottom of this thing and fill it up with water, and I'm gonna put a little cardboard on top of it as a lid and make slots. And I'm gonna try see if people can make the quarter into this shot glass.
Because as
right?
it moves to the glass,
That's
it wanders.
Yeah, the
around.
water deviates the path. It's actually very difficult. There's really nothing you can do about it. So I take that back. At the time, I was doing insurance at what's called a tent sale, where they get 60 cars and they go into a parking lot of a Walmart, a Target, or some sort of supermarket, big parking lot. They do this big advertisement sale that there's used car sale event, huge. Well, I was the insurance guy that sat in there. So there was 20 sales guys there, 20 guys selling cars.
Wow.
I brought that back and I said, all right, if you guys make a quarter, I'm gonna give you $20, right? One guy goes, all right, give me $5 in quarters. I go, oh, that's a lot of quarters. After 6 quarters, which is $1.75, right? Or $1.50.
6 is, yeah,
$1.50.
Yeah.
The quarter went in. And I was like,
Wow.
oh no,
Okay.
I didn't think it was that easy. Weird. So I said, you know what? It's $10. Another 10 quarters, it went in again. I said, no, okay. Found out $5 is the price. After, this product's been around now for a while. It's about a 30 quarters ratio. 30 quarters, one will go in. That's a $7.50 income that the quarter golf will make.
Okay.
If you give out a $5 instant prize, you'll be okay.
So people can use the actual product to make money too. not
Yeah,
just as a
so
game.
yeah, you can use it however you like. I essentially
Like at a bar where people would charge for something. Okay. here's
yeah. So to give you an example, Hooters restaurants. Okay, Hooters restaurants.
Hooters restaurant.
They have this at their bar in the city of Ontario. There was a pilot
I've
program.
never been to a Hooters restaurant.
Yeah, it was a pilot program we did there. Well,
You have to go now, Paul.
I-
yeah,
play
you have
this
to go
game.
now.
You have to play the
You have to
game.
go play the game. Okay.
I'll tell my
uh,
wife, I'm going to Hooters just to do a little research here.
Yeah, and Mr. Dave, he doesn't know this yet. Mr. Dave doesn't know this yet. I want to bring this up. Mr. Dave, I'm going to meet you soon. He is the guy that owns the Kite and Game Store that's on the pier at HB. we're gonna
Nice.
We're gonna
hopefully
talk.
we're gonna hopefully have it in there, and
Okay.
you know, but he
Oh,
doesn't
that's
know that yet.
awesome.
It's,
Oh,
I
okay.
foresee
He's gonna
hopefully.
find out
Yeah,
watching
yeah,
this.
hopefully. But with that said, is they, you know, you can do instant prize. So if they make the quarter, they get something instant. I've taken it to a wedding where we do a 50-50. If your quarter goes in, you get a raffle ticket, and at the end of the event, we raffle a ticket. They get half of everything that the quarter golf generated, and the other half goes to the bride and the groom.
Okay.
Last time I did this, it made $475.
Wow, for
Wow,
the bride
that's
and the
pretty
groom.
cool.
I mean, it got split up.
Yeah.
The guy kept 200 and gave the rest.
Better
to
than the dollar dance idea.
I have Sam at the 210 Tavern, which is off the 210 freeway in the city of Rancho Cucamonga, I believe. He does a Fleming's gift card. He puts a $100 Fleming's restaurant gift card on the quarter golf. Throughout the month, all of the local people that attend his restaurant bar play the game. If they get the quarter in the shot glass, they get a raffle ticket. At the end of the month,
okay.
one winner gets the $100.
There you go.
Guess how much he's making a month?
Nice.
$1,200
What?
From the quarter golf.
from the quarter golf.
Wow. Oh my
These
God.
things
You guys
only
need to buy it.
they only cost $100. I have a video. If you go to my Instagram,
Yeah.
it's the top one. We put this in a bar that's
What's
no
your
longer.
Instagram for this?
The Instagram is quarter golf. So quarter golf.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool.
Crazy thing about it is when I thought of the concept, I was like, you know what? This game is cool. I don't know what to do. I didn't have a name for it. I called my buddy. He has a website where he sells the cornhole game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I
Okay.
Which
figured,
is
hey,
another thing. Where did this come out of?
where it
here?
is, right? So I'm like, oh, it's another game. Maybe you can list another game on your website. So I kind of start trying to talk to him. He goes, all right, that sounds pretty cool. What's your game called? And I was like, Yancy's game? I
There's a
don't know.
quarter.
And he
and
goes,
like a little
nah,
club.
you need to find a name. And I was like,
Yeah.
okay. So I'm
You have to,
driving.
like branded and stuff.
Yeah, so I'm driving, and I'm a big time golfer. I'm literally driving by a golf course, and I'm like, a quarter's kind of going to like a hole. Like, what if I call it quarter golf? Let me see.
Oh,
Clever.
nice.
I go to
That's
GoDaddy.com, which is the first thing that I do when I come up with a business
See if
name.
anybody else has got the
Yeah.
name.
Is a website, right? I gotta go check to see the website. I go quartergolf.com. It's available, $12, and I'm like, oh my
awesome.
gosh,
This
no
is a
one's
sign.
ever put quarter and golf together. That's
Yeah,
so weird
yeah.
to me, but yeah, and that started that.
That's really cool. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So I got to ask you a question
Yes.
here. And I know this is Ashley's show, but this is fascinating me here.
Paul loves my show, guys.
I'm telling you, Ashley brings in the wildest people doing the craziest things. And as we said before, I don't know what makes this show work, but so many people watch this show. We do all these big, serious brands, content
sure.
stuff, and this wacky, crazy show gets more than all of them. All right.
Keep sharing, you guys. Keep watching.
Keep
listen.
sharing.
Thank you guys.
All
Thank
right.
you.
So what makes Yancy? You got 6 kids.
Yeah.
What makes you want to go out and do more than be a risk insurer? Why are you become a magician? Why are you making stuff and selling it on TikTok? Why are you doing any of this stuff?
Well, I believe that the older I've gotten, the more I've self-reflected on maybe what I've been through, and I really learned a lot about myself. And what I truly am is, you have to answer a question. You have to say I am, and then fill in the blank, right? So how do you answer that? I am. What are you? Well, I am a teacher at heart. That's who I am. I love to teach things. I love to explain. I love to break down and show you. And if you give me the opportunity to teach you something, I'm getting a value because I have an interaction. I also value interaction. So I believe that that translates in high sales, because I can go into someone's home, explain something, and just the fact that they let me in their home and interacted with me, I already feel like I'm winning.
You know what? Oddly enough, I played this
That's
game.
good.
Somebody challenged me to do this 15 years ago when I started this OC Talk Radio.
Yeah.
And I had been in real radio before and
Wow.
had done other sorts of things. Been a PR person where I help tell other stories.
Yep.
And I thought to myself instantly, I'm not a teacher. I'm a storyteller.
I'm a storyteller.
I
Wow.
love hearing stories. I love sharing stories. I love retelling stories.
There it is.
And the more interesting the story, like yours or Ashley's or whatever, I'm just fascinated.
Fascinating. Yeah,
Right.
and that's a driving factor for me, is the fact that I get to meet people.
What would you say, Ash? Are you a salesperson? You're the sales coach. Is it just sales in your nature here, or is there something deeper to this thing?
For me personally,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna
well,
put you on the spot right now. I am what?
It's hard to answer that. It's
I-
hard.
Truthfully, yeah, to really answer.
I feel like for sales, for me, I'm like helping people too.
Yeah,
You're a helper. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm listening to all these different businesses and they're struggling with sales and marketing. And a lot of times I tell them all these different, strategies and stuff. So it's about hearing their problems, all their, like you said, their stories, like what they're dealing with in their business, all different kinds. I
And
talk to and
truly
help.
good salespeople, not like me. I'm a talker. I'm a storyteller. My second grade teacher asked my mom if I talk in my sleep because I talk all the time. I, and my wife will support this, may not listen enough. I immediately start talking. Real salespeople don't do that. They do what Ashley says. They listen.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a big part of
sure.
communicating is actually not saying anything.
Yeah,
Is-
because you need to know like
yeah.
what they're dealing with. Otherwise, you can try to sell them stuff, but if they don't need it or they don't have the problem, then
Well,
what do you do?
there's a trick to find out. Okay, so there's another sales tip. Okay, if you want to sell someone something, you have to use the 3 keys. Okay, three keys.
Keys.
3 keys to open the door.
All right.
Okay, how do you get those keys? Well, they will give them to you, and I'll give you an example. So if I tell you, Ashley, sell me a cheeseburger, how would you sell me a cheeseburger right now?
I would probably like go over, why it's like, I don't know, everybody's doing this organic, natural,
Okay.
grass-fed, or
Oh,
whatever.
grass fed. Okay, and you start talking. Okay,
Wrong. Wrong. I know where he's going with this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
mainly
wrong.
people will tell you what they like about a burger in order for you to buy it. For example, oh, look at this burger. It's so juicy and it has lettuce and bacon. What if you don't eat bacon?
Yeah.
You just killed the deal, right? So you asked the question, Ashley, if you were to buy a burger
Yeah,
from
asking
me,
questions.
what are 3 things you want on your burger?
Yeah, I would say like, for me, I like Thousand Island,
Thousand
lettuce,
Island.
tomatoes.
Great, we have that. And what else?
Lettuce, tomato.
Lettuce and tomato. Okay. Cheese, no cheese? That's
Yeah,
good. Cheese.
sure.
Okay, cool. So you're saying that if I give you a burger that has lettuce, tomato, some cheese, you would buy it?
No, it needs a Thousand Island too.
Oh, and Thousand Island. I'm so sorry I forgot that key. A Thousand Island, you'd buy it? Of course, right?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you? You just told me what
yeah,
you
it's
need.
yeah.
It's exactly so.
Who's the
what
guy
I
that
like.
calls himself? He wrote the book and the movie's based on his life. The Real Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Jordan, somebody I forgot
Yeah.
his name.
What is his name?
What is his name? Now he does
How
talk.
did I forget his name?
I
right now?
can't either.
draw a
And
blank.
somewhere there's a on TikTok. I think I saw somebody. He's giving a talk. I think it's like at Oxford or someplace in England, and it's all about this challenge that he says in the movie. What's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio playing him says in the movie to the
Right.
salespeople, "Sell me this pen," and immediately everybody starts making
Jordan
up
Belfort.
Jordan Belfort. There you go. Go look it up because he laughs when people ask him the question. He says, "It's so simple. You don't start by immediately pitching what you think is good about this product. It's cheaper, it's faster, it's better, it's heavier, it weighs in your hand good. You start by asking questions.
Ask questions.
Yeah.
How many pens do you own? What do you like about a pen? Well, how often do you eat a burger? Well, what do you like in a burger?
Right.
And first you don't give them any answers about this pen or this burger or anything until they give you some information. And then you
Correct.
say, well, if that's what you're looking for, then here, this pen's perfect because it does this. If that's what you're looking for, I got the burger for you because we
Yeah.
got all those things.
Yeah.
But we all jump in and start what Ashley said in the beginning there. We all say, I don't know, this is the best burger, the best pen, and blah, blah, blah. And we start making it up without listening or asking questions.
But I do want to lift up Ashley here because she is really good.
Yeah,
Like she got me in
I
here.
suck at sales.
She got
No. She got me here.
Yeah, I
So
can't
what I'm
sell burgers. I don't
so I'm
do
gonna
that.
I'm gonna tell you guys a story of how I got involved here, and that's with a phone call. I got a cold call. Okay.
Yes.
So in the
Can you
sales
imagine,
world,
does
a
anybody cold call
call.
just out of the blue? Today's world. Hi.
I do, but not everyone does. I cold call people that have hundreds of employees, and I'm booking an appointment for them to meet me, which I love doing.
And it can't be easy.
If I get an
Sure.
appointment, I already win. Like I don't need you to buy.
And
me.
how many cold calls do you have to make to get one appointment?
I do close to 200 cold calls a day.
Wow.
At an 8-hour period, I probably contact maybe about 30 people, and out of those 30, I probably talk to maybe have a conversation with 2 or 3 of them. Maybe I'll get one appointment.
Ashley
Today
does,
we have 2.
Ashley does sales for a living. She
Yes.
sells for like digital magazines and
There you
some
go.
other things. And she told me, "Oh, I do 4 or 5. How many cold calls do you do a day?"
I
Depends.
mean, it just kind of depends. Like, I usually do more towards like the beginning of the month to close my sales. But to me, when I'm on the phone, it's about like the quality,
Right.
not so much quantity. Because you can call a lot, but if it's not the right person to talk to
Right.
or bad numbers or hang up, it's a waste.
Yeah, and the only reason I'm doing that many,
I don't know.
I mean, I think my calls are low, but the only reason is because I have a research section where like once I get this information, I have to research and find this person. It's not
Right.
It's not a list that
You
I buy.
told me, Ashley, one day,
Yeah.
just casually said, "Oh yeah, I just did 500 cold calls."
Yeah.
I'm like, in one day?
Yeah, yeah, and
that.
that's great. So Ashley calls me, right? And I'll tell you the story. Ashley calls me, "Hi, is this Yancy Martin Magic?" And I literally look at the phone and I'm like,
You sound
"Who-
like me too.
who the heck is
Hell is
calling
this?
Yancy Martin Magic?" Like, nope. Like, I've never gotten a call that says, "Hey, is this Yancy Martin Magic?" Why? I'm not advertising it. I'm not promoting it like that. I get this phone call. And she says, "Hey, we have a podcast and this OC Talk Radio, and I would love to have a sponsor. And we're looking for sponsors. It's $100." And I was like, "I'm not interested." She said, "Okay," and then hangs up. Right? It wasn't really a no. And when I say that is when you make a phone call, when someone tells you no, it's really not a no. It's just no right now.
Yes.
Okay?
A
No,
no
right
can
now.
become a yes.
Yeah.
Right?
No can
Sure.
become a yes. No right now is really what they're telling you. Meaning you probably called me at the wrong time. Maybe I don't have $100, or maybe I'm in a meeting. I don't know. But it's just no. So then a week and a half passes by, and I've had been talking about this phone call. Like, can you believe someone just called me like Yancy Martin Magic? I was like, that's
It
so
must
cool.
be a sponsor. Of
Yeah, something's weird.
podcasts.
So anyways, long story short, Ashley comes and calls me again on a follow-up phone call. Okay?
Yeah, I do that.
She follow up. Fortune's in the follow-up we hear.
Yeah, make sure you do that, guys.
Fortune is in the follow-up.
Mm-hmm.
The
Okay.
fortune is in the follow-up. And Ashley,
Usually we just move on.
yeah, usually we do. Usually, I would let you know that I need help on follow-up. I'm one that says, well, if you don't want to do business with me right now, then you missed out.
Yeah.
Right? And that's incorrect. But so Ashley follows up. I get the phone call, and she's like, yeah. And then she says, well, why don't you come to the show and do a magic trick here? And I get, whoa, that's
Oh,
different.
that's different.
She found the trigger point.
Yeah.
If she would have kept on the just sponsor, because I'm really not focusing on blowing up magic.
Yeah.
I've been doing magic for 30 years. It's part of me. It is what it is, and I do it because I love it. It gives me interaction with people, which is the value for me. If I'm getting paid to
Yeah,
do it,
That's awesome.
even better, because it's like, wow, I get to give my kids some food or whatever. So I want to give you kudos on the follow up,
Thank you.
Ashley.
So
'cause-
Thank you.
I'll
I appreciate
share
it. You
my
saw
Ash-
my actual sales.
I'll sell my Ashley
Work.
story here. So
Yeah.
we produce shows for big brands, mostly here at OC Talk Radio. It's a business channel.
Of
It's
course.
a serious thing. We're here at the University.
only reason I'm here. Just
We're at the University of California, Irvine's Beale Applied Innovation Center. It's a fancy place where they try and take technology and turn it into something. We do a show for them. We do a show for UCI Law School. We do a show for the Hispanic Chamber and City Hope Hospital, and on and on and on. Right? People that we're in a sense where it's branded content. We're telling their stories for them in a way that
Yes.
they can get captured and shared through the internet, through social media, through all this stuff. And we do stream them live over our channel, so we're not just a recording studio. We actually do bring an audience along. But we also tell people, you're hiring us, you're paying us to help tell your
Of
stories.
course.
And as a bonus, we'll help share them over our channels, and maybe we can make some extra money, and so we don't have to charge you. an arm and
Definitely
leg
is
to
a
do
dual
this.
effort, right?
Yeah. And so Ashley calls us up out of the blue, like you. I don't get too many calls out of the blue. And she says, I want to host a
Amazing.
show. And I said, about what? Are you a big brand? Are you president of a corporation? No.
Yeah. Who are you?
And she wants to do this. And I said, well, we don't just usually do this off the floor like this, but okay, come on. And pretty soon I'm like, well, here, here's the rate. And she's like, I'll pay for it. And I said, well,
Yeah.
what are you going to get out of it? She said, I'm not sure yet.
There you go.
But I'm going to
I love
start
it.
this journey and see where it leads. Maybe to promote my book, maybe to promote my sales consultant, maybe to promote my efforts as a salesperson for these like home magazine kind of things and stuff. I forgot.
I
what
love
she
it.
sell. And I'm like, okay. And then she immediately starts saying, I started taking over the joint. Like, well, I want to get a sponsor for my show. I said, okay. Most of our people, this is their marketing effort. They're not trying to
Yeah,
get
they're not
others
trying to supplement the.
Yeah,
They're not trying to monetize it.
City of Hope doesn't want car dealers on their show here doing it. But Ashley says, I want to get some other people in. I said, what, to cover the cost? No, just to help, partly, but to help spread the word. And then she says
Yeah.
to me, maybe we can do a trade out where if I bring you some other things and stuff, together, you can trade. I said, I don't need to do many trade outs, but okay. Suddenly I'm doing a trade. Suddenly she's doing a show. Suddenly she's getting sponsors. Suddenly she's keeping that money. Suddenly she's doing a trade out.
Love it.
And then she says, and maybe I had people that just wanted to do one interview, not on a weekly show like you do.
Right.
And I said, no, I've never tried them. I'm not just going to call up and say, hey, you want an interview? And it's $500 or something. She said, there are people that's not a terrible thing. There are people who need an interview for their website, their social media, would gladly pay that a professional interview that gets
Yeah.
distributed and everything else. She's opened my eyes to so many crazy things that I would have never
Yeah,
imagined.
thank you, Paul.
All from a
I
cold call.
appreciate that.
All from a cold
Yeah.
call.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's how it is. People don't know, like, the old-fashioned stuff still works well. It never goes away.
I thought that was
That's
dead
great.
as a doornail because I have people try and cold call me all the time on my cell phone, especially. And I say this: they call it and say, "Hi," and they immediately you can tell it's a cold call. Hi, is this Paul Roberts? Hey, how you doing today? And I immediately say, busy. Take me off your list. Not
Yeah.
interested.
Yeah.
I don't even want to hear what you're offering because I'm so upset you're bothering me on my cell phone. I didn't give you my cell phone. You're interfering with my day-to-day activity to sell me something that I don't think I'm immediately guessing I don't need.
Right.
I don't know. It's kind of like you have to try different types of stuff to say during the calls and things, but once you can kind of like figure out what works, you just stick with that and you keep doing it and it works.
That's
and
right.
it sells.
I thought cold calling is dead. I immediately hang up when I hear a cold call. You cold call me. You cold call him.
But,
He's been a sponsor of your show a couple of times or whatever.
Yep.
You've now talked me into letting you do a show and to pay for it through trade out, which I would never admit to anybody.
That's a sell in itself
Selling
right there.
itself, and you continue to sell and bring us other shows
love
and
it.
other things, and I'm like,
Yeah,
wow.
there's always opportunities to do sales, and it's like there's so many different ways to do sales. That's what I see all the time with my customers, in my work and stuff, is that people they aren't like being creative, like they aren't being like entrepreneurial enough and thinking outside the box for sales, and sales does take a lot of effort. It's true.
course.
You got to take time to do those calls, follow-ups, you got to figure out who do you call.
So when
who
you
do
tried to sell
target,
him
and this
a
and that.
sponsorship, just trying to accumulate some things, because I'm like everybody, I charge people to produce these programs and stream them. I'm like a traditional AM radio station. You're buying the time. I'm producing the content and sending it to our audience and yours.
Yeah.
We don't do this for free.
Right.
And so you're trying to cover your costs. I get it. And you call him up and say, some ridiculous price, $100 or something.
Whatever. Yeah.
And just throwing a number out there, see if he'll bite. And he says, no. And then you don't give up. You call him back and you say, all right, forget about the $100 right now. Why don't you just come on and be on a show and see what you'd like it? Which
Yeah.
leads to him sponsoring.
We
a couple
really
of
didn't
shows.
forget about the 100. It was still kind of adamant, but
Well, it was. I
But
thought.
she turned away to, it wasn't about the 100. Arguing, is it 100?
yeah,
is it
it's not
50?
about the. It ended up being me just being able to perform to
Yeah, it was
a radio
something
show.
different
It
and
was
fun.
different. It was like it's like someone that is an artist and you say, "Hey, come and do art for our guests.
Yeah.
Would you sing a song?"
And we've
or-
had so many people watch this thing
Yeah.
and react to
Yeah.
it. And I'm like,
It's great.
Because again, this is supposedly podcasting or talk radio. This is not supposed to be a visual medium, and yet we're doing something visual with it as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's because I was saying like this is like entertainment, so we're gonna sales. Like people are like listening, watching, all this stuff because they want to see like fun shows, fun social media, fun
course.
games, fun listen to fun interviews and stuff. Like if I just had realtors on here, people wouldn't listen. Like everybody knows
Right.
a realtor, but they don't know a magician. They don't know like a reality TV star or like an author or
Santa Claus, a
Football
lady
player.
that makes wacky,
Yeah.
or not wacky, but really
Yeah.
expensive guitars and stuff.
Yeah, and to kind of go back and segue back to the quarter golf thing. Okay, so
Yeah, that's right.
so quarter golf. I once I created it, I said I want to create this thing that's going to attract people to my booth because insurance is boring.
Right.
You're not going to want. So let me do this. So I started attracting people. One time it's filled up with quarters on the bottom, and this lady. It didn't even look like themed up yet, like quarter golf. It was just like you can tell I made it. And this lady goes, "Oh, that's really nice. Where'd you get that?" I said, "Oh, I made it." She said, "Will you sell it to me?" And I said,
oh, okay.
yeah, I could sell it to you. And she goes, how much? I said, well, at least pay for the cost of the vase. And at the time at the Michaels, that vase is $100. It's $99. for that.
100 is somehow a magic number we throw out like
It's
Ashley
for,
did.
yeah,
100
it's
bucks,
for
yeah.
that. It's for that vase alone. And I was like, you know what? Just give me the vase because I didn't charge her for the cardboard thing I cut, and the shot glass was $1. So I was like,
Yeah.
just give me $100. It's yours. She goes, okay, and took
Oh.
it. And I was like,
Oh,
okay,
that's
well, I'm gonna buy another one. So I go and I get another one. I make it, and that one sells. And I'm like, okay.
Oh, okay.
So then I'm like, this is obviously attractive. I need to label it and figure it out. So let me figure it out. Once I label it quarter golf and it became this real thing and I developed it, I would now walk into a business, okay, and I would show them this thing, okay. Guess what ends up happening? I end up becoming one of the largest business insurance salesmen in my area, in my district.
That's
Why?
awesome.
Because I'm introducing myself other than insurance, right? Like
Yeah.
I'm coming here,
Fun
check
way.
this game out, and then they go, oh, can I have your number? And I'm like, well, here's my card. My card. This is what I do, like on my day job. And they're like, oh, you work for Farmers Insurance? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how much does insurance cost for my business?
Can I tell you an interesting story?
that's
And I know we're
awesome.
way
That's a
over
really
it.
good
We're
sales
way over
story.
here, but we'll go a little longer because this is fascinating. One of the reasons when people started paying me to host and produce these shows for them, right? I said, well, what is it they want to get out of this thing here? And I thought they just wanted, the content.
Yeah.
That's part of it. I need to fill up social media, and I need to have something on my website. I need to have something content. One of the things that never occurred to me is they're meeting people in a different way.
Right.
Hi, I'm an insurance agent. Can I take you out? Can I take you to lunch and tell you about my service? No. Can I send you something? Hell no. How about coming on my radio show?
Oh, yeah.
I'll do that. What's the catch? No catch. You come
Nothing.
in. It's
Just
free.
come talk to me.
Come talk to me. We'll talk about you. We'll talk about me. And all of a sudden, you started a conversation with somebody
There
that
you
you could not get in. I have
Yeah.
people who do this all the time now. I hate to say it. The content's great, but they do it because they want somebody to sit across from them there and meet
I
them.
see. I have a really good story. I know we're gonna wrap it up
see
soon.
that.
Of a sales, and this is my buddy Kevin, Kevin Murphy. He was doing timeshare sales when he first started his
There's a
sales.
tough one. Yeah.
Timeshare sales is difficult, right? I'm gonna promise you a free gift to come see this presentation that you obviously don't want to buy. So he would literally walking them up say, hey guys, let's just be clear. You're going to get your gifts today, right? Yeah. Okay. You don't have to say yes to anything. Do you agree? Yeah. But I do need you to at least sit through the presentation. Can I get that at least from you?
Right.
Yes. Shake their hand. That was the first sell. Shake their hand. Now you got them convinced to at least sit through the whole thing. Well, how long is the whole thing? I don't know, but you got them committed. Okay. Well, first 6 months, no sales for Kevin Murphy. Doesn't know why. Finally, one of his sales managers says, hey, I have an appointment. It's my appointment. I don't want you to try to sell timeshare. Just sit with them. Keep them company. I got to go close this other deal.
Right.
So he goes, comes back 20 minutes later and says, you know what? It's going a lot longer than I expected. Just give me 5 more minutes. I'll be back. Don't sell anything yet, though. Okay. Don't talk about timeshare. Okay, fine. Comes back. He goes, you know what? They need me. Just go into the timeshare presentation. Just do it. Guess what? Kevin closed it.
Wow, that's awesome.
Why? Kevin realized that when he was just being himself, just
talking.
having a conversation, he closed the deal.
Yeah.
Think about that.
That's good.
Not thinking about, oh, I haven't closed a deal. I need this one. Please, can you sign here, please? No. It's very unnatural for you to do that. Especially people could feel the energy that there's something going on, the stress maybe or whatever.
Yeah. Right.
So if you're just, I'm not doing a sale. I just want to talk to you. You'll be surprised on how much
Same
more
thing.
sales.
Sit and do a podcast and
Right.
just talk
Sit
to
and
people.
do exactly why that rang a bell. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So
Yeah, because you act like you're like friends. You're not like a pushy salesperson.
You are friends. You're curious. You're just talking. You're not talking there for any reason other than you're just interested.
yeah, and I truly am intrigued by listening to, like, for example, if I see you snowboarding and I'm like, hey, you go snowboarding, and you start telling me about your trip, I literally immerse myself into what you're telling me. Like, I'm like, wow, that sounds amazing.
Which
And
is one of the things I object to when I go into most service businesses today, a bank, an insurance office, something. What are they all trained to do? They immediately say, would you like some water, coffee? I say, okay, fine. And then they say, how's your day going? And I groan, and I go, you don't care. You just trained to ask me that to get me to talking. You don't care.
That's
now,
funny.
and I react negatively to that. I was telling my son-in-law this, who manages a bank. I said, would you stop these people from saying this stuff? Instead, be honest. Have them react to something. Hey, I love those shoes. Where'd you get them? And then I'll say, oh, I got them on TikTok. And we've started a conversation, right?
TikTok.
Don't just come up with some generic nonsense that you think will flatter me.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
how's your
exactly.
day going? Oh, great. How's your day going? Oh,
Why
wonderful.
don't you
No.
just take that time to just vent, Paul? Tell them how horrible your
I
life
really
is,
should.
your day is.
I,
Tell
they would. Sometimes I
then you'll
start
scare
to.
them. They'll go away.
Yeah. All right. Ashley's regular mic here.
I'm breaking the microphones.
All right, so let's wrap this up. This was a fascinating discussion. It was a timely discussion to the TikTok thing. What do you think is going to happen with this TikTok thing? You're going to make one a month and sell these over TikTok? You're going to make so many you're going to have to contract it and get them made by somebody real? And
No, well, the
store
business
someday?
the business plan is already developed. In order for it to have a facility to manufacture and everything, and we need to sell about 270 units a month in order to support a $20,000 overhead. That's already in place. Again, I feel like I haven't been ready for something like that up until now. So right now it's not easily available. I have 6 quarter golfs on hand.
So you're making them yourself right now?
Yeah, they're made in my garage.
That's real creative.
I produce it completely. I mold it. I do molding. I learned how to mold and cast with resins and all kinds of
like
things.
At the bottom of the vase.
Yeah, there's an aquarium toy, and that aquarium toy fits a shot glass in there. The aquarium toy is a golf themed. But because of Quarter Golf, I did start Quarter Sports Inc. So Quarter Sports, I own Quarter Basketball, I own Quarter Golf, I own Quarter Football.
And do you own all of it or just a quarter of it?
I don't own penny golf, okay? But yeah, so Quarter everything, Quarter Sports Inc. Exists, and I own Quarter Basketball, Quarter Baseball, and I can essentially use the same aquarium toy and switch it. Like I can make it look like basketball or
all from
baseball.
A guy that came in as a magician, and now we find out he's actually got a pretty serious day job and an entrepreneurial bent on the side here. Yeah. It's 1:15. We can't talk anymore.
No more quarters.
No more quarters here. Ashley, take us out, and thank you for bringing in people like this today, and thank you for talking me into letting you do this show here.
I love it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, there's so many things you guys can learn from sales from the show. Keep sharing and watching it. TikTok, I think, is going to be safe, guys. I think it's going to be good. I think Trump's going to save it. It's going to be in the U.S., whatever.
I think one of his buddies will buy it. Here.
But I think it's great. You know, like TikTok is, it's a lot of fun. You guys can make sure you go to Quarter Golf there and look them up on Instagram, TikTok, everywhere.
Also, my personal page it's much bigger than my Quarter Golf page. Is Yancy Martin. It's spelled like Nancy with a Y. YANCYMARTIN.
All right.
Follow me there. I post on stories every day. I'm also doing a OMAD fast. I only eat 1 meal a day. I'm on day 20. So I'm documenting that.
We got to come back and talk about that.
Yeah, I'm doing the whole year. So I'm on day 20 of 364 just because I started on the 2nd. So I'm really excited for that journey. I feel really healthy. I'm very excited.
Yeah,
I really appreciate Ashley and Paul here. And I hope to see you guys again and be on the show hopefully soon again.
Yeah, that's been awesome. You know, you
Don't wait for another cold call. All right.
Amazing inventions and stuff. Thank you so much.
How they reach your book, Ashley? The one thing she never sells us is her book. She's got this great book, and she never talks about it.
There's some. I know it's been kind of like jaded and stuff, but we have some new stuff going on. I'm gonna start selling it online again, and you guys can call here at OC Talk Radio. Go to the website. Call here if you want me to mail you a signed copy. I've had people do that to me.
What's the website?
The OC Talk Radio website.
Oh, I'm saying because I'm trying to get her to make her own website for all this.
Yeah, we have a website that's going to be coming up soon, and
where she can talk about all these things.
I think it'll be ready for the next show, so you guys can stay tuned. I'll announce
the next year.
There it is.
So you guys can buy my book, and I'm going to do some sales webinars. So if
that's what we're waiting for.
Yes, if you guys have a business, if you know anybody struggling in sales. I'm going to make some announcements about that so you guys can listen to the webinar. We're going to talk about all different types of things in sales, like cold calling, meeting in person, how do you do your marketing, what sales is good, if you're trying to get in sales, what's a good kind of industry or job to get, all that good stuff. So you guys
it all starts with a conversation. Thank you for joining us today, everybody. What a fascinating show. So many different angles here for joining us here on OC Talk Radio. Streaming live from our studios here at the University of California, Irvine's Beale Applied Innovation. Check out our full lineup for programming and check out these people. They're doing amazing things. If they can do it, we can do it, right?
Yes.
Right here on OC Talk Radio.